A lone Russian infantryman moves swiftly across an open, sparsely wooded area toward a damaged structure on the edge of a recently contested zone. His footsteps suggest urgency, possibly seeking temporary cover or regrouping inside the small building with the blue front door. Hiding above, a Ukrainian flying skull unit thermal drone detects the heat signature and begins a slow, cautious approach, adjusting its angle and confirming its target. The soldier disappears inside, but the drone remains in position, awaiting optimal conditions. Moments later, the attack is launched, precisely neutralizing the position. This sequence of events highlights the growing role of thermal targeting in warfare. Two Russian soldiers were running at high speed down a small, overgrown road towards a tank ahead, and they took cover there. Shortly afterward, a Ukrainian suicide drone flew in and attacked, destroying the tank. In a shattered urban block, Omega's special operations drone teams sweep through collapsed concrete, searching for hidden movement beneath the ruins. The feed locks onto a lone Russian soldier tucked under a damaged structure, relying on debris for cover. An FPV drone dives in fast, but lands beside him without detonating. He freezes, then quickly regains control, covering the device with broken bricks to contain the threat. For a moment, it works, but the surveillance layer never left. A second drone approaches silently from behind and completes the strike. The first mistake was not moving when the sky went quiet. A Russian scout, armed and running at high speed in an open area, was hit by a Ukrainian drone that dropped a shell, but he escaped unharmed. A few seconds later, a second shell landed, incapacitating him instantly. Near Orikhiv, a lone Russian scout moves across open farmland, exposed. A Ukrainian FPV drone locks on, tracking from above. He reacts fast, shifting direction, raising his weapon, forcing the drone to break its line. It climbs, circles, waiting. Not rushed, just precise. On the second pass, timing aligns. The approach is controlled, and the target is neutralized. This exchange highlights how timing and aerial awareness now define small unit survival. Inside a dilapidated residential building on the disputed front line, where three Russian soldiers stopped to talk, believing the roof above could provide temporary cover, a Ukrainian FPV drone confirmed the stationary target and launched its attack. One soldier reacted instantly and escaped through a side door as the impact filled the interior with dust and smoke. Moments later, a surviving soldier returned to the building, standing in front of the door and waiting for the dust and smoke to clear as he became disoriented, searching for a wounded comrade. From a rear entrance, another signaled urgently, calling him toward cover. The soldier moved quickly, his comrade pulling him further inside for cover. The engagement ended with the position neutralized and the building rendered unusable. Precise timing and aerial observation determined the outcome. The scene unfolds on a scorched field, where scattered trees stand stark, blackened, and broken. A Russian infantry unit advances across the open ground, presumably scouting for a frontline position. Above them, a Ukrainian FPV drone tracks their movements, refraining from firing until sufficient distance allows for confirmation of intent. The lead soldier is the first to neutralize an enemy, followed a few seconds later by another. The formation crumbles. Several attempt to break through into the open area, but the terrain is mined, turning escape routes into treacherous paths. A second group of four moves cautiously, observing their surroundings for threat, but inadvertently steps into the same mined zone. In an instant, the advance comes to a complete halt. From above, the drone never rushes. It observes, confirms, and then strikes at the decisive moment. The results reflect a multi-layered defense system, in which ground-based surveillance and deterrence operate as a unified whole. Three Russian soldiers move across a scorched field, the ground blackened and open, offering no concealment. Ahead, a narrow tree line promises temporary cover. Ukrainian drone units from the 414th Strike Drone Brigade are already watching, tracking movement patterns and spacing between targets. As the group accelerates, one operator holds fire, waiting for separation. The first drone commits, disabling one soldier before he reaches the trees. The second man veers off course, unknowingly entering a pre-planned engagement zone. Another drone targets the entrance of a nearby dugout, cutting off a fallback route. Panic spreads. Two soldiers break into open ground, attempting to reach another patch of vegetation, but exposure slows them. The drones adjust their angles and close distance, neutralizing both before the ceiling is reached. A third figure nearby is also engaged shortly after. Survivors attempt to scatter, but their movement becomes predictable. A Ukrainian sniper team, already aligned with the drone feed, completes the engagement within seconds. Further back, along a heavily guarded trench, 3 Russian soldiers stood exposed, firing at a drone flying overhead before retreating into the trench and toward a nearby bunker. The drone remained in place, observing but not attacking. Then, a bomb fell from above and exploded. One soldier fell, unconscious. The other struggled through the rubble and with great difficulty crawled into the cramped bunker, pulling his comrade under cover while the drone continued its observation. The timing was remarkably coincidental.